stand. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. If you're new here, this is Ivy. Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. It is Tuesday morning.
Hi.
You guys know we haven't had like a ton of help the last couple weeks because other people have been sick. Well, this week we're sick. Mostly this one, although she's feeling better. Yeah. So her grandma is here. She's gonna come watch her for a little bit. And I need to get some work done, but we're all feeling a little low energy for sure. Grandma's here. You wanna go look? Okay, good morning. The last clip was very short. I don't want this whole vlog to be a car vlog because I'm in the midst of editing one of my last vlogs, and I swear the only time I filmed was in the car. But I have a moment here as I go to the coffee shop because this week turned into just being, I feel like the month of October basically is a month of all the Fritzes being sick. We got hit this week. We'll say I'm not feeling terrible, which is why I feel comfortable leaving the house and going somewhere where I'll be around other people. However, I'm not feeling spectacular, you know? Ivy's been fairly sick the last couple days. It's interesting though because she's been like much clingier and like cuddlier, but she actually hasn't been in a bad mood, which has been nice. She has been just like draining, you know, just like her whole face is just draining. Ben didn't feel well yesterday and the day before. I didn't feel well on Saturday, but then I was okay on Sunday. I was okay yesterday. Today I feel a little bit worse than I have the last couple days, but I don't feel terrible. Basically, I just feel a little stuffed up and my throat is like a little scratchy, but it feels scratchy, I think, because I have like postnasal drip, you know what I mean? But you might be able to tell in my voice if you know me really well, it's like a little bit off. And I already struggle with breathing in this pregnancy because I have a very short torso, so from the very beginning, everything gets pushed up into my lungs and I just like can't breathe. Adding on the fact that I can't like breathe through my nose is a piece of that too. Yesterday, because we're not feeling well, Ben's sister is similar to Ben in the sense that for good reason doesn't want to be around people that might be sick because she catches things really easily. She decided not to come yesterday. I'm guessing she won't come today either since we're still not feeling 100%. Ben's mom was comfortable with it though. I mean, she used to be a teacher. She's had 4 kids. I think she's just like, whatever, like used to being around germs, you know what I mean? So we did tell her that Ivy wasn't feeling well and she was fine with that. So thankfully she came over an extra day because I won't have any help from Elizabeth, and Ben I don't think is taking off of work. She is watching Ivy from now until like 11ish, and then she's gonna come back at 1. I'm not really sure. Her and Ben came up with that plan. I'm not really sure. She has to come back later because Ben and I are going to an OBGYN appointment. He really wants to go to this one because it's a new OB. I don't know if I mentioned this, but first of all, there's only 3 OBs in the practice that I go to. Second of all, the only OB that we've met left. So her last day is at the end of October. So which is unfortunate because I felt very comfortable with her. So I'm feeling fairly anxious about the fact that I don't know any of the other OBs. As you guys know, I didn't have like the best experience with my birth and OB experience last time, so I just like am afraid. Like I just want to make sure that I have like a good care team, you know? And Ben feels the same. So we're meeting the new OB that they just hired. So I'm hoping that I really like her. She's younger. Sometimes younger people are like more progressive, more like, I don't know, just think similarly to how I think. So I'm just hoping that she is like that. So anyways, we'll find out later today. So Ben's mom is coming back. Then Elizabeth was supposed to come over so that I could work, but I'm guessing she's not going to do that. So I'm just getting shot in the foot with the like lack of being able to work the last couple of weeks, and this week. Sickness, colds going around. I don't even know what's going on. So we have, sorry, there's a guy with a stupid car. I don't know why people make their cars louder, you know? Especially when they're like not even a muscle car. Like, that's just a car that you made louder for no reason. Anyways, I just feel like I don't have a ton of time to work again. Plus, I'm not feeling 100. I have a vlog that needs to go up tomorrow that is not finished. So I have to do that today. So I started it, but it's not done yet. So I don't know, gonna have to do that later today. Either Ben will have to take off more time from work, or I'll just have to work at night, which I like literally hate doing, especially if I don't feel well. It's another thing. I have 2 blogs to write this week, and they're not easy blogs, and I don't have anything started on them. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. I need to get a new phone. I need to get a new computer. That's a whole other story. Oh God, things are just a little bit nutso, but I'm hoping that a coffee will help me feel a little bit better, and then hopefully I can get some blog work done in the next hour and a half, and then I gotta go home. So let's go. Well, that didn't go as expected. I think it's like 10 a.m. if that. So like 40 minutes later, 9:53. And I'm gonna go home. I did research a little bit for one blog. The other blog, I'm still waiting for my client to get back to me on something, and I think she's traveling for work. So I'm not sure when I will get that information, but to be honest, I don't know. I thought maybe the coffee would help, like give me energy, but I actually feel like it made me feel worse. I don't know. I feel like now my heart is like racing, and I just feel tired. Like, it tasted great. Unfortunately, I don't think it helped. I'm gonna go home and try to edit, I guess, for the next hour before Ben's mom leaves. Yeah, I'll just have to figure it out. Hopefully I feel better tomorrow, and I think Ben's mom can still come. Hopefully I'll be able to get my blogs done. My brain just doesn't click, you know? Hopefully finish editing my vlog for tomorrow. That would be great. If I could get that done, and then I don't have to think about it. I do still have to edit my video for Saturday. It's a sit-down video, which is a little bit easier to edit than a vlog. It's mostly these blogs, which, worst case scenario, I don't do this week. Like, my client won't care. It's just like monetarily, I just feel stretched kind of thin right now. So like not making an income for 1 week, even though my income isn't like crazy high right now, it's like we're still using every penny of it, you know? So I just feel overwhelmed. It's not like a regular job where if you take a sick day, or like I should say a regular like salaried job where if you take a sick day you're still getting paid. If I don't write these blogs, I don't get paid for them for a good reason. I think I'm just pushing myself to get these done because I feel like my income is low, and because our finances are stretched a little thin with like the move and all that stuff. I feel like it's my duty to, I don't know, bring in a little bit of money that I do bring in, when in reality, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, this is the path we've chosen, and as far as how I work, and like, if I can't do something, I can't do it. Just like if they cut my blogs, there's nothing I can do about it. Just like pushing myself a little bit too hard right now, and I need to remember that like not only am I pushing myself too hard that way, but I'm also pregnant. So like my body is just gonna have a little bit harder of a time fighting something off, because it's also taking care and building a baby. I think I just need to be a little bit more compassionate with myself and where I'm at. Sorry, very low energy. If any of you are still here and you haven't clicked out at the beginning of this vlog, I really appreciate it. I'm gonna take you along on my OB appointment later today, or at least give you an update afterwards on how it went. I have a cardiologist appointment tomorrow. It's kind of gonna be like unintentionally a health vlog between my 2 doctor appointments and not feeling well. But when I was pregnant with Ivy, I got the stomach flu, or like stomach issues, like twice, that lasted for like a week or 2. and then I got COVID. I'm not manifesting any of that, and while a cold still sucks and I'm not like comparing myself, I just want to be like, okay, take care of yourself so that it doesn't turn into like extreme symptoms, you know?
Lunchtime, back with Miss Ivy. Hi. She just had a packet, a yogurt, and she's having some PBJ. Mama's having some leftover hamburger helper. Well, like homemade hamburger helper. She likes this camera better because she can see herself. Hi. Is that good PBJ?
No.
It's not? No. Chew with your mouth closed, please. So she played with Grandma all morning. Grandma just left to go run her errands because this is her only day off. And she's helping us, which I appreciate. Say, that's the plan.
This is a pin. Pin. This is a pin.
That's the plan.
This is a pin.
Okay, I'm just progressively feeling and sounding worse, but I finished my vlog, which is good. So I'm just exporting that and I'm gonna try to upload it. Yeah, it could be an interesting rest of the day because I'm not even thinking about like work or anything like that, just like trying to keep up with the toddler because the last couple days she hasn't felt well, but I've been like fine, like a little bit run down, but otherwise fine. But I feel like today I do not feel fine. So, and I just feel like I'm getting worse like the longer the day goes on, and I'm normally the opposite for me. Like I'm usually like feeling the worst in the morning. I should be getting a package today from TikTok Shop. It's the first thing I've ever bought from TikTok Shop, which I didn't need to buy it. I think it'll be cozy for like winter and then postpartum, since I'm having a baby the end of January, early February. It's gonna be cold here, much different than when I had Ivy and it was like 55 degrees at the end of December. That was how I justified this $30 purchase, and I will update you on the OB appointment, but I'm just waiting for this to export and then I might try to start my next vlog, just because I feel like fine sitting here editing, like editing is okay, but like handling a toddler might not be as simple, you know? So I guess we'll see how the rest of the week goes. All through the town. Through the town. I'm realizing I have nowhere to put this camera to talk to you guys. It is 7:40. Ben is trying to put Ivy down. I'm having a cookie and oat milk and watching a YouTube video. I look interesting right now. I don't feel well, as I told you guys. Wanted to give you like a little bit of an update on the OB situation. I did like a whole video about it on TikTok right after. Wow, I look terrible right now. Didn't love the OB. Didn't hate her either. There is one other OB at the practice. The reason that I care, I know I've had a lot of people be like, you basically get whatever OB is on call, and that's true. However, there's a higher chance than not that I will be getting a scheduled C-section. So with that, I'm pretty sure if I can schedule it, I could schedule it when the doctor that I want is going to be there. I guess I should figure that out if that's true or not. It just sucks because the doctor that we liked moved actually to Wheaton. It's like 40 minutes from where we live, 35 minutes from where we live now. You guys know with like Ben's driving issues and stuff, it's just like, that's a lot. And to be doing that in the winter time, and I didn't like know that OB enough to like follow her. I thought she was good, but like anyway, but I didn't like love this OB. She just seemed very like wishy-washy, very just like by the book, which I was hoping she would be like a little bit less doctory. Does that make sense? Like she would be like a little bit more caring, or like, I don't know. I just felt like the other OB was like, she listened to what I said. She was like very receptive, but she was also a strong presence. Like she had opinions about what she thought I should do. When I gave her my opinions, she like told me, you know, why she agreed with them or didn't agree with them or whatever. Whereas this lady was like very like, I don't know, wishy-washy is like the word that's coming up for me. I just don't love that, to be honest. And I think had I not had such a terrible experience with the OB that I had in Raleigh, The OB that did my C-section was fine. Thankfully, it was different than the OB that I had when I was induced. I just care. Like, I want somebody that I feel confident in them and confident in them telling me the truth and like what is the best option, things like that. Not sure that I love her. There is one other doctor at the practice. Apparently it's like hard to get in with her. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can like switch my next appointment to be with her, or maybe my 30-week appointment. But the thing that's scary is like 30 weeks, that's 10 weeks out. It's hard to find like a new practice at that point. I feel like the overall like vibe of the office I just don't like either. Like, I just don't feel like the nurses are that great. I don't feel like the front desk is that great. We just need to like think it over and talk it over and figure that out. Otherwise everything went well. Like, baby was moving while we were there. We got to hear the heartbeat. It was strong. Yeah, I have a maternal fetal medicine appointment next week. Sorry, I'm playing with my hair. Again, I hopefully I won't have to see them the entire rest of my pregnancy. It's for like 3 reasons. Advanced maternal age, because I'm over 35. I'm overweight, technically obese for my height. I have Hashimoto's. So if it was just the Hashimoto's, I think I would be discharged, but because it's all 3. Oh, and I have 3 cysts on my ovaries. That is something we talked about with the doctor today, and she recommended not getting them taken out at the time of the C-section because she said there can be like a lot of bleeding complications. And because I am already afraid of there being complications, I'm 100% not going to do that. You can get them taken out like laparoscopically, she said. But she said because when you're like giving birth or having a C-section, all the hormones and stuff, like there's so much blood in your ovaries and things like that, that it could just lead to like hemorrhage, and it's just like not worth it to do. I thought that it was like a whole other surgery that you have to do, but if it's like laparoscopic, because they're like dermoid cysts or something like that, so they technically won't go away. They'll just continue to get bigger. So that is something that I will need to get taken out at some point. My throat is really hurting, so I'm gonna stop talking, but I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Cardiologist appointment tomorrow. Ben has a doctor appointment tomorrow. Good morning, it's the next day. We're just eating some breakfast. Ivy's got some eggs, blueberries that she already ate, chicken sausage and hash browns, and orange juice. I have the same thing minus eggs.
Hi.
Yeah, and basically where the eggs were, I have an apple and peanut butter. Wednesday morning now. Last night was a rough night for me. Thankfully, Ivy slept through the night. She seems to be feeling a little bit better. Like, she's still runny, but not too bad. My throat was like killing me all night. This morning it doesn't hurt as much, still a little bit scratchy. I'm just like typical cold. Ben is training his mom right now because he didn't do it yesterday. She should be coming over around 9ish to watch Ivy so I can get some work done. I also have an appointment today I told you guys about at noon. I did get all of my editing done yesterday, which was great. So I just need to do my blogs. I just honestly don't know if I'm gonna be able to, depending on like where my brain's at. Also, I got these cups in the dollar spot at Target, and I really like them because they're glass and they have this like cool texture. This part is wood, but the straw is plastic. I had a glass that looked a little bit different than this, but it had one of these tops and I loved it, but I used it like twice and the glass straw fell out of it and shattered. And of course, like the size of the straw was different than like every other straw, so I couldn't just replace the straw. Trying to decide if I'm gonna go to a coffee shop or not, honestly. I get more done at a coffee shop, but I just don't feel...
Nice handle. I found it.
You found it?
Yeah.
Was it in your little bib? You see yourself?
And food.
You want to show your food? Yeah, you're doing a good job. Do you want any of your sausage?
Eggs.
Or eggies. So yeah, we'll see what we get up to today. We also did some mold testing in this house, just to be safe, not because we think there's mold here. So we need to send those in. I mean, there's basically mold in all homes. It's just like a toxic level that you don't want. And from what we can tell, or just a little bit.
Her teeth.
What? It hurt your teeth?
some juice, cocoa juice, and
Oh,
some cocoa bean juice. Baby, oh.
you got it?
Oh,
Good job.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna
yeah, yeah.
just dab on your face, gentle. Gentle, gentle. Aww. Aww.
Okay, just dropped something off at the post office. Picked up some dog food. I've never been to this post office before. I'm not feeling great. I think I'm gonna just work from home today. I'm trying to decide if I still want to pick up a coffee or just make a coffee at home. Ben is in an appointment right now, finding out more about his like mold testing and infection testing that he did. So I'm interested to hear what he finds out from that. Ben's mom is with Ivy, thankfully. I'm gonna try to work. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. At my cardiologist appointment for a follow-up on the heart rate monitor I did like over a month ago and the echocardiogram that I had. So we'll see what they say. I'll update you later. As expected and good, like this is good news. Nothing is wrong with my heart that is visible. There were like a couple things that were like a little off, but he said he didn't recommend medication or anything like that, and a lot of the things could just be blamed on pregnancy. That's like a little bit frustrating, which isn't his fault, and he acknowledged this as well. Just like because I had some of these symptoms prior to pregnancy, they've definitely gotten worse in pregnancy, but the symptoms again I'm having are like heart palpitations, heart racing, ear pounding, dizziness, like things like that. Nothing crazy. I'm never like passing out or anything. My doctor really wanted me to get tested for dysautonomia or POTS. I'm assuming that would have been something that kind of would have popped up, especially on the like 2-week heart rate monitor that I did. It didn't, which is good. Like I don't want another diagnosis, you know? It's just hard when you are feeling symptoms all the time and there's like nothing you can do about it, which like I said, the cardiologist acknowledged that. He's really nice. I really like this cardiologist. That's okay. Can I please get just a medium Coke? Yep. In the grand scheme of things, I don't want to have POTS. I don't want to have a heart problem. I don't want any of that stuff, you know? But I do want to know why I have exercise intolerance, why I get extremely bad heart palpitations in my ears, a racing heart so easily, like all that kind of stuff. I do wish I knew. A lot of my naturopathic doctor believes that is just mold symptoms, but it just sucks because I felt like if we moved out of the house, I would be feeling better, but I actually feel worse. Have thought about going to see an ear, nose, throat doctor, and I'm like going back and forth with it because honestly, I'm like, do I go through all of these appointments and tests again just for them to tell me that I'm pregnant? You know, and like these symptoms are normal in pregnancy, even though I was feeling them outside of pregnancy. Like, should I just wait until next spring? I don't know. It's just frustrating. Like, they're very annoying symptoms. It's not like these little things like my heart races. I'll just be like laying down and my heart will be racing. I get like dizzy. The worst is these like terrible pulsing in my ears. Thank you. You too. I know. I think another thing too that they always insinuate but don't say as I'm getting myself a Coke because I'm exhausted is weight loss and probably less caffeine. But anyways, let's go home. Let's get some stuff done or possibly just lay around. That might be what I do today. Okay, I have you guys balancing on a candle and some elderberry gummies. Have a smoothie in my new glass that I'm now obsessed with. And it is 3:30. Ivy did not take a nap today. It's the first time you've ever fought a nap, knock on wood. I have a lot to say about that, but I won't. So anyways, she did not take a nap. Ben came and sat with her from like 2:15 to 3.
which was very nice of him because I don't feel well. Did I work in? Did I tell you guys what happened on the cardiologist, or did I just tell TikTok? Now it's 3:34. Honestly, I'm probably gonna be that mom that sticks us both in front of the TV for the afternoon, but she also barely ate lunch, so I'm made us a smoothie snack with tons of like greens powder, protein powder. Yeah, I would also love to clean this kitchen, but I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. What's on your eyeball? Kind of stinks that we didn't get a nap in, but hopefully that won't mess up our night. I'm hoping that we can just eat dinner, bath time, chill, go down a little bit earlier tonight, and she'll still sleep through the night. That's my hope, and that it didn't just like mess up the whole day, because I'm definitely feeling better than I was this morning, but I still don't feel great. Ben is like okay. I would say he's at like 60%. I would say I'm at like 35%. And Ivy, I don't know, she was fine this morning, but then when I came home from my doctor appointment, she had not been napping, was freaking out, so she was like draining a ton. So I didn't know if she was draining because she was having temper tantrums or because she actually doesn't feel well. And now I'm pretty sure it was more because she was crying because she's been fine since then, like nose-wise. She's still like runny, but it was like coming out. So TMI, sorry, but that's what's happening. I feel like my mom instincts just like turned on to the sense where it was like, you cannot be sick. Like I still don't feel well, but I like got some adrenaline. Obviously Ben took like a later lunch so that he could sit with her for a little bit, which was helpful. They just went, he tried to get her to go down for a nap, but it just didn't work. Honestly, we're probably gonna watch some Miss Rachel or some Strawberry Shortcake and hang out on the couch because I have a fairly bad headache. I'm just low energy, and that's where we're at. I know some people are anti-screen time. I'm not anti-screen time. I'm anti a lot of screen time. Like I don't want her to be in front of a TV all the time. Honestly, she doesn't even want to be in front of a TV all the time. Like she only can last a little bit anyway. Wow, you are hungry, huh? Probably. This is for mama. So much for me getting to eat my smoothie, huh? You scratch your eyeball.
My this
Yeah, that is yours. I think it's almost that you drink it all. You what?
Baby,
You, because you barely ate your lunch. Wash your fingers. Let mama push you. There you go. Finnegan Michael. Well, I'm glad you're eating this, because she ate a really good breakfast, which is why I was surprised. I don't know if it was just because, not grandma's fault, but just because grandma was here, so she was just acting different than how she does for me and Ben. I don't know. Otherwise she was just struggling, and it is what it is, right? Oh, there's a pop. Here's teeth. Here's smoothie teeth. That's Mommin. That's Mommin. This is why we're both sick, by the way. Because you give me all your germs. Probably had nothing to do with her coughing in my mouth the other day and me wiping her snot with my shirt sleeve. She's literally drinking all my I'd rather she ate. I can always eat something else.
baby wasn't.
You drink it all. Let's go chill for the afternoon. No, I'm gonna put that away.
Where's it?
Good morning. It's now Thursday. I'm feeling much better than yesterday. Still not 100%, but better. Ivy's doing better as well. I did a haul from Mariano's, and I was gonna show you guys, end off the video showing you what I got. I'm planning to make some like roasted veggies, have veggies to eat. I think I'm gonna make like a sloppy joe thing. I don't know if I'll eat it with bread or just like eat it on its own. And then just like beef. I've just been like eating a lot of red meat lately because it's felt good for me, and I had low iron with Ivy's pregnancy, so if my body wants red meat, I'm gonna give it red meat. Yeah, I think those are the main things. So the beef I can use in like pasta, tacos, burger bowls. What? Oh, you spilled a little bit? Sure. All better. Thank you for telling me. Okay. Do the haul, yes. So I got Ivy a bunch of berries. She's really been liking blueberries. So blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, red potatoes for Ben. Although these are not great potatoes. I will say this Mariano's is just like not it as far as like produce and stuff, but it's the closest grocery store we have. Whole Foods is like 15 minutes away from us, which isn't terrible. It's just with a toddler can be difficult. Bananas, avocado, celery, bell peppers, and zucchini, which the bell peppers were $2.50 a piece, which is insane to me. Carrots. I got some gluten-free, egg-free bread, some tortilla chips. I really like these chips. Ben is making some sort of dessert for him and Ivy, so he needed that. These are for me. We always get like 5 or 6 of these Siggy's yogurts for Ivy. Those are a staple for her. This was on sale and Ben and Ivy like ice cream, so I got them that. Orange juice that we've already tapped into. Frozen corn and frozen peas. This was like the only organic option they had. They're very small. Tofu for Ben. These were kind of an impulse buy, but I love eating like hash browns and stuff in the morning. Low fat cottage cheese, because that's all they had. Tomato sauce for the sloppy joes. And then she already took these all out, but I got these little caramel dips just because it's like a childhood thing for me. Like we always got caramel dip. I know it's not good for you, but whatever. It's the time of year. Instead of buying like one big caramel apple, I just bought a couple of these. Or it was in this thing. I think it was like $109 for all of that, but that is our, oh God. See, that was our haul. Also, I had her hair in like these cutest pigtails. I'll put a picture of it up, but she took it out 3 minutes later. Life with a toddler, you know? Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna film this weekend. So I'll have another vlog soon. Thanks for hanging around with me for like a health focused vlog. See you guys later.
Hi.
Mwah.
Hi.
Hi. Can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.